episode of Fat Flavor Food. Today we are going to make something special. It's a grandma's recipe tweaked a little bit over time, and it's been cold outside, it's been chilly. So we're gonna make us some chili. 3-meat chili to be exact. So let's get started. Okay, and for this recipe we are going to be using 3 stalks of celery, 2 bell peppers, 3 onions, a couple serrano chilies, and that's it. Perfect size, just a quick dice, super easy. Okay, now for the peppers. This is the hardest part, all the vegetables, just cutting all the vegetables. If you have a food processor, you can use it. I just don't like to use them because they tend to make the pieces of vegetable a little too much smaller than I like. Now, normally I'd be wearing a glove for any kind of hot peppers. Serranos aren't too hot, and I'm only cutting up 2 of them, so I'm not too worried about it. Just wash my hands when I'm done. I am gonna throw all the seeds in there, only because I want this particular batch of chili to be a little spicy. I want there to be some heat on it, so. There we go, and they'll cook down as they cook in the crock pot. We are gonna do this on a crock pot. Going in the crock pot. All right, now we got the vegetables squared away. Again, that's the hardest part of this whole process. The onions got me. Man, those were strong. But next we have the meat. So we'll be using ½ pound of bacon, some Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, and the cheapest stew meat I could find. It was, let's see, 1.23 pounds, $9.21 at Macy's. Top Run Choice Steak Angus Boneless Beef. So we'll be cubing that up and throwing it in the crock pot as well after we sear it and brown it on the pan, because searing and browning equals flavor. We're about fat, food, and flavor, right? So let's go. All right, so we're starting off with a simple ½ pound of bacon. Very easily, a ½ pound of bacon. And just simply chop. This bacon's a lot easier to cook when it is frozen. So just FYI, throw this in the freezer for 10-15 minutes, and it'll be a lot easier to cut, but this is going pretty simple. So we're gonna go ahead and salt and pepper the meat. Super easy. Throw a little love on it. That's ready to go in the pan after the bacon. We're gonna be using the bacon fat as well to help sear the meat. All right, we totally forgot about the sausage, so we're gonna go ahead and deglaze this pan here. Just a little bit of vodka. Beautiful. All the alcohol will cook off in this. Let's get the sausage out. Too easy. Okay, and this is simply where everything comes together. So let's just go ahead and throw everything in. We got, again, can 28 ounce, I'm sorry, tomato puree. Gonna stir all that in there. Totally caught that one on the chin, huh? We got 1 can chili, pinto beans, 15.0 ounces. There. 1 can chili beans, white, 15 ounces. One can roasted 14.5 ounces of fire roasted crushed tomatoes. 1 can drained kidney beans, 15 ounces. And lastly, about half a cup of low sodium beef broth. This is just gonna add a little bit more flavor to the meat. Stir everything good. Now, right now, before I add the rest of the vegetables to this and the meat, I'm gonna add in the rest of the seasonings. And those seasonings are going to be about 5 dashes of Tabasco, about 3 tablespoons of chili powder. Now you can put more or less as you like. Need a little bit more. I tend to go right on the edge, right on the border of the 3 tablespoon mark. A little too much, it becomes a little too pasty in the chili, a little too less, and it's a little water. You can always fix that around. And then we also want about 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. About a teaspoon of pepper. And then about half a teaspoon of salt. There's enough salt and everything else in this dish. We're just gonna mix that in here. That way when we add in the rest of the veggies and the meat, everything gets just mixed together real smoothly and gets to get all around up in that sauce, if you will. It's gonna be really thick when it all comes together. So hopefully it doesn't overflow. Next we wanna add the meat. Got the steak, cube steak here, super easy. Then we have the breakfast sausage. Get this all in there. Lastly, we have the bacon. There's a 3 meat part. Throw that bacon in there. The baconated chili sauce, bro. All right. And then the rest of our vegetables. Easy as that. Some people might think this is a lot of onions. 3 onions, 3 medium onions. They're not large by any means, but 3 medium onions. It might seem like a lot. It's not. They cook down. It makes the sauce absolutely amazing, flavorful. You know, these bigger chunks here, some of them won't break down. That's okay. They're going to reduce, and so the smaller ones you're not even going to notice. So at the end of the day, we're going to have some decently thick Philly. Decently thick chili. Wow. And it's going to be amazing. So Let's go ahead and stir this up the best we can here. And again, it's gonna be pretty thick right now, so just be careful. I think this is a 8-quart crock pot, so we'll get this mixed up and then we will see it in about 4 to 6 hours. Everything should be done in about 4 to 6 hours and we will get back to you then. All right, everybody, welcome back. We are ready to serve. It's been about 5 hours now, so I think we are ready to go. Let's go ahead and get this in the bowl here. Chili's a mess. Every single time I make it, it gets everywhere. So just be careful. Got a beautiful, nice bowl right here. Gonna garnish it with some cheese. Sour cream. And throw some chives on top, just for some color. Beautiful. Okay. Let's dig in. Some sour cream in there. A couple bites of steak. You can't make this up. The steak, the bacon, the sausage, the acidity, the flavors, the tomatoes, everything makes this a perfect meal in the winter when it's cold outside. Even just having share with friends. Go home, make some chili, like, subscribe, comment below if you love what I'm doing. We'll see you guys again on another episode. Look at that steak right there, right on top. No!